Welcome dear student and Jai Swaminarayan. Today in this video we will discuss the textbook solve example 8.4 to 8.3. Textbook solve example 8.1 to 8.3 we were discussed in the previous video. So dear student, up till now you are not seen the previous video. See the previous video for the textbook solve example 8.1 to 8.3. In this video we will start from the textbook solve example 8.4.
So let us start with the textbook example number 8.4. Let us see the sentence of the example number 8.4. Two uniform solid spheres of a radius r but mass m and 4m have a center to center separation 6r. So here as shown in this figure, two sphere. The first sphere has a mass capital M and second sphere have a mass 4m. Right? First sphere has a mass capital M and second sphere has a mass 4m. And center to center separation between these two spheres is a 6r. Now, two spheres are held fixed. These two spheres are held fixed. A projectile of a mass small m is projected from the surface of the sphere of a mass capital M directly towards the center of the second sphere. One object having a mass small m is projected from the surface of the first sphere having a mass capital M is directly towards the center of the second sphere. So the projection of the object having a mass small m is from the surface of the first sphere towards the center of the second sphere. Now, obtain the expression for the minimum speed v of the projectile so that it reaches the surface of the second sphere. Now here we need to calculate the what is the minimum speed required for the projectile so that it reach to the surface of the second sphere. Now here, if we projectile the object having a mass small m, it has a some amount of the kinetic energy on the surface of the first sphere, right? So as the object is moving towards the surface of the second sphere, its a kinetic energy will be changed, its a potential energy will be changed, and but the total mechanical energy remains constant. So with the help of this principle, we solve this question. We can calculate the minimum velocity required for the projectile to reach the surface of the second sphere. So another thing is that one point on the line joining the between the surface of the two sphere is a neutral point. A neutral point is a point where the velocity of the object becomes zero, right? So another principle we use in this example, right? So let us start the solution. So here the two sphere is given to you. One has a mass capital M of a radius r capital R, and another sphere has a mass 4m and the radius capital R. Right? Small object of a mass small m is projectile from the surface of the first sphere towards the center of the second sphere. Now, at the neutral point, consider a neutral point M where the gravitational force acting on the object by the both the sphere is same, right? What is the neutral point? Neutral point is the resultant force acting on the object is zero. So gravitational force at this neutral point, the gravitational force acting on the object having a mass small m, right? Gravitational force on the object having a mass small m due to first sphere is equal to due to second sphere. So at the neutral point n, right, the gravitational force by both the sphere is same. So first, the gravitational force acting on the object due to first sphere is a capital G, mass of the first sphere capital M, mass of the object small m divided by distance, we take a r, small r, right? Distance is a small r, that is a r square, that is a r square, right? Is equal to gravitational force acting on the object due to the large sphere having a mass 4m. So that is the capital G, mass of the first object 4m, mass of the object small m, divided by distance, total distance center to center separation is 6r. From that we cut out this r, we get the distance 6r minus r square, right? Clear? So here we get a g cut out, capital M cut out, small m cut out, we get a 6 minus r whole square divided by r square is equal to 4, right? So taking the square root, we get a 6r minus r divided by r is equal to 2, right? So now calculate 6r minus r is equal to 2r, and from that we get small r is equal to 2r. So first here we find the neutral point. So where we find the neutral point? Where we found the neutral point? The neutral point is at a distance 2r from the center of the first sphere, right? Understand or not? So neutral point is at a distance 2r from the center of the first sphere, and the neutral point is at a distance 4r from the center of the second sphere, right? Understand or not? So first we find the neutral point, that is at a distance 2r from the center of the first sphere. Understand or not? So here we get the neutral point is at a distance 2r from the center of the first sphere. Now calculate the total energy of the object, right? How we can calculate the total energy? What is the formula of the total energy? The total energy of the object of a mass m is the kinetic energy plus potential energy of the object at a distance on the surface of the first sphere. So first find the total energy on the surface of the first sphere, right? So here first we total energy of the object on the surface of the sphere, on the surface of first sphere, right? So how we can calculate the total energy? The total energy is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy, right? So the total energy of the object on the surface of the first sphere, E, is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. You know that the kinetic energy equation of the kinetic energy is a 1/2 mv square plus potential energy. How we calculate the potential energy of the object having a mass small m on the surface of the first sphere, right? So what is the formula? The potential energy of the object on the surface of the first sphere is minus g, mass of the first sphere, mass of the object divided by distance r. That is the potential energy due to first sphere, right? So here the potential energy of the object due to first sphere, that is a minus g capital M small m divided by r, right? And potential energy of the object on the first sphere due to second sphere, that is the minus g mass of the sphere 4m, mass of the object m, and the distance is a 5r, because here the distance of the object from the second sphere is a 5r, right? So 6r, total distance is 6r, and radius of the first sphere is cut out r. So we get the distance of the object on the surface of the first sphere from the second sphere is a 5r. So got it or not? Kinetic energy 1/2 mv square plus potential energy minus g capital M small m divided by r, that is potential energy due to first sphere, and plus minus g 4m small m divided by 5r, that is the potential energy of the object due to second sphere, right? Understand or not? So here we got the potential energy or total energy of the object on the surface of the first sphere, from where the object is projected from the towards the center of the second sphere. Now we want to calculate the potential energy at the neutral point. Total energy. The kinetic energy at the neutral point is 0, right? So the total energy at the neutral point is only the potential energy at the neutral point, right? So how we calculate the potential energy at the neutral point? So here we need to calculate the potential energy at this point. So potential energy due to first sphere, potential energy due to second sphere, right? So how we get the potential energy due to first sphere? Minus G, mass of the first sphere capital M, mass of the object small m, divided by distance 2r, and potential energy due to second sphere, that is the minus G, mass of the second sphere 4m, mass of the object small m, divided by distance 4r, that is the potential energy at the neutral point, right? Understand? So potential energy at the neutral point. So here total energy 1/2 mv square minus gmm divided by r minus 4 gmm divided by 5. That is total energy on the surface of the first sphere. Now total energy at the neutral point, En is equal to minus gmm divided by 2r, right? And minus g 4mm divided by 4r, right? So we are comparing these two energies. We get the velocity of the object, speed at which we need to projectile the object so that it reaches to the surface of the second sphere. Now comparing these two, we get equation 1 and equation 2, right? So equation 1 is a 1/2 mv square minus g capital M small m divided by r minus 4g capital M small m divided by 5r is equal to equation 2 is a minus g capital M small m divided by 2r minus 4g m divided by 4r, right? So from that we have to calculate the velocity of the object projectile from the surface of the first sphere so that it reach to the second sphere, right? So આમાંથી તમારે શું find કરવાનું છે? V square, right? We have to find the V square. So here small m is cut out in every terms, right? Capital M is also cut out from every term? No, right? Capital M is not cut out. So here small m is cut out from every term. We get V square by 2 is equal to Gm by R common, right? We get 1 plus 4, this minus 4 by 5 we take on other side, we get a plus 4 by 5 minus 1 by 2 minus 1, right? So if you calculate this, you get a 3 by, so if you take the LCM, take this LCM, what you get the answer? And calculate the formula of the velocity. So here V square by 2 is equal to Gm divided by R into 3 by 10. If you take the LCM of this, you get the 3 by 10, right? So 2 5s are 10, we cut out 2 5s are 10, we get V square is equal to 3 Gm divided by 5R. And from that, velocity of the object projectile from the surface of the first sphere so that it reach to the surface of the second sphere, V is equal to under root of 3 Gm divided by 5R. So now let us start the example number 8.5. See the statement of the example 8.5. The planet Mars has the two moons, Phobos and the Deimos. Right? The Phobos has a period 7 hours and 39 minutes and orbital radius of 9.4 into 10 raised to 3 kilometer. So first moon of the planet Mars, Phobos, has a period 7 hours 39 minutes. So here the periodic time of the first moon is given to you and the orbital radius of the first moon is given to you. So periodic time of the first moon is a 7 hours and 39 minutes, right? Orbital radius are 9.4 into 10 raised to 3 kilometer. Now calculate the mass of the Mars. What we need to calculate? Mass of the Mars planet. Assume that Earth and Mars move in a circular orbit around the Sun, with the Meridian orbit being 1.52 times the orbital radius of the Earth, right? So orbital radius of the Mars is 1.52 times the orbital radius of the Earth. What is the length of the meridian here in the days, right? Here the first orbital radius of the Earth and Mars, comparison of the orbital radius of the Earth and Mars is given to you. The orbital radius of the Mars is 1.52 times the orbital radius of the Earth. We need to calculate the periodic time, right? In the first, the periodic time of the moon of the Mars is given, and from that we need to calculate the mass of the Mars. So let us see the solution of this example number 8.5. First of all, the periodic time of the moon of the Mars is given to you. Capital T is 7 hours and 39 minutes. So first convert these 7 hours and 39 minutes into second. 7 hours, that is the 420 minutes plus 39 minutes. So the orbital period of the moon of the Mars is 459 minutes. Convert into the second, 459 into 60 seconds. Understand? Next, the orbital radius of the moon is given to you. R is equal to 9.4 into 10 raised to 3 kilometer. Convert this kilometer into meter, right? So 9.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter, right? So here the periodic time is given to you. Orbital radius is given to you. We need to calculate the mass of the Mars. So what is the formula of the periodic time of the satellite? Because the moon of the Mars, that is the natural satellite of the Mars. What is the periodic time? G. The periodic time of the satellite, square of the periodic time of the satellite is directly proportional to the cube of the orbital radius. So the formula of the periodic time of the satellite, capital T square is equal to 4 pi square r cube divided by capital G m. Why here we take the capital T square is equal to 4 pi square r cube divided by capital G into m, right? So from that, here capital M is the mass of the Mars. So capital M is equal to 4 pi square r cube divided by G into T square. Now put the value, right? So if you put the value 4 pi, value of pi 3.14 into 3.14 r 9.4 into 10 raised to 6 whole cube divided by value of capital G 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into value of capital T, right? What is the value of capital T? 459 multiplied by 60, that is a 27,540 square. And if you calculate this, you get the answer. Mass of the Mars approximately 6.48 into 10 raised to 23 kg. Understand? So now another thing is given to you. The orbital radius of the Mars is 1.52 times the orbital radius of the Earth, right? So we get a orbital radius of Mars, Rm is equal to 1.52 orbital radius of Earth, or we get the Rm by Re is equal to 1.52. Now, periodic time of the Earth rotation, you know. What is the periodic time of the Earth rotation? Periodic time of the Earth rotation is a 365 days. Now we need to find the periodic time of the Mars. So here the square of the periodic time of the is directly proportional to the cube of the orbital radius. So for the Mars, if we consider Tm square is proportional to the Rm cube. Similarly, Te square, Te, that is the orbital periodic time of the Earth, is directly proportional to the Re cube, right? Directly we get the formula, right, for the mass and for the Earth. Now taking the ratio, Tm square by Te square is equal to Rm by Re whole cube. And from this formula, calculate the periodic time of the Earth rotation. So this point is important, right? Tm by Te is equal to Rm by Re whole raised to 3 by 2, right? Now Rm by Re is given to you. What is the Rm by Re? 1.52 raised to 3 by 2. So how you calculate this one? 1.52 raised to 3 by 2. So if you take a cube of the 1.52, right, and square root of the answer, you get the Tm by T is equal to 1.87. So the periodic time of the mass Tm is equal to 1.87 multiplied by periodic time of the Earth. The periodic time of the Earth is a 365. We get the periodic time of the mass Tm is equal to 684 days. So understand this question. So now we towards the example number 8.6. Let us see the statement of the example number 8.6. See the statement of the example number 8.6. Weighing the Earth. You are given the following data. The value of small g 9.81 meter per second square. Radius of the Earth Re is equal to 6.37 into 10 raised to 6 meter. The distance to the moon, capital R, is equal to 3.84 into 10 raised to 8 meter. And the periodic time of the moon's revolution is 27.3 days. Obtain the mass of the Earth ME in the two different ways, right? How you can obtain the mass of the moon? Mass of the Earth, right? Given that the value of acceleration due to gravity is small g 9.8, radius of the Earth Re is given to you, distance of the moon R, distance to the moon R is equal, capital R is equal to 3.84 into 10 raised to 8 meter given to you. Periodic time of the moon is given. So here we can calculate the mass of the Earth by two different ways. By the formula of the acceleration due to gravity and by the formula of the periodic time of the moon, right? Moon's revolution. So here the acceleration due to gravity, you know, the small g is equal to capital G ME divided by Re square. So from this formula, capital ME is equal to G Re square divided by capital G. The value of capital G is a 9.81, Re 6.37 into 10 raised to 6 meter, and capital G will take a 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. So from this formula of acceleration due to gravity, we can calculate the mass of the Earth, right? So if you calculate the mass of the Earth, we get a 5.97 into 10 raised to 24. And second, how we can calculate the second? Second, we can calculate by the periodic time of the satellite. Formula of the periodic time of the satellite, capital T square is equal to 4 pi square R cube divided by GME. So from that, ME is equal to 4 pi square R cube divided by GT square, right? 4 pi, value of pi is a 3.14 multiplied by 3.14 R 3.84 into 10 raised to 8 whole cube, right? So 3.84 cube into 10 raised to 8 cube, that is a 10 raised to 24, divided by value of capital G, that is a 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11, and periodic time of the moon is a 27.3 days. That is a 27.3 multiplied by 24 multiplied by 60 multiplied by 60 second. So from that you can get the mass of the Earth, that is a same 6.02 into 10 raised to 24. So from both the method we can calculate the mass of the Earth is the same. Here we get the 5.97 into 10 raised to 24 and 6.02 into 10 raised to 24, right? So we take the average mass of the Earth is a 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. Understand or not? So understand example number 8.6. Value of small g is given to you 9.8 meter per second square. Radius of the earth RE is equal to 6.37 into 10 raised to 6 meter. Capital R, that is the distance of the moon from earth to moon. R is equal to 3.84 into 10 raised to 8 meter. Periodic time of the moon is a 27.3 days. Convert into the second, right? So from the first, value of small g is equal to gme divided by re square. We can calculate the mass of the earth 5.97 into 10 raised to 24 kg. And from the formula, periodic time of the satellite, capital T square is equal to 4 pi square r cube divided by gme. You can calculate the mass of the earth, right? So the average mass of the earth is about a 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. Now we will see example number 8.8. Let us see the statement of the example number 8.8. Last example. So here a 400 kg satellite is in a circular orbit of a radius 2re about the earth. From the surface of the earth, the satellite is revolving at a distance that is equal to the radius of twice the radius of the earth, right? How much energy is required to transfer it to a circular orbit of a radius 4re? What is the change in the kinetic and the potential energies, right? So a satellite having a mass small m 400 kg, which is revolving in a circular orbit of a radius 2re, right? What amount of the energy is required to transfer it from the circular orbit to the circular orbit of a radius 4re? Now let us see the solution of this example. So here the satellite is revolving around a earth at a distance that is equal to the radius r is equal to 2re, right? So here the mass of the satellite small m is a 400 kg, right? Radius of the earth we take a 6.37 into 10 raised to 6 meter, and the satellite is revolving in a circular orbit having the radius distance from the center of the earth r is equal to 2re. Now initial total energy. What is the total energy? Formula of the total energy: E is equal to minus GME m divided by 2R, right? That is the potential energy and the kinetic energy, sum of the potential energy and the kinetic energy. So the initial total energy EI is equal to minus GME m divided by 2R. So from that, if you consider the energy of the satellite at a distance 4re, energy of the satellite at a distance 4re. So what is the energy of the satellite at a distance 4re? Final energy, total energy EF is equal to minus GME m divided by 4R. So put R is equal to 2RE, we get the initial total energy EI is equal to minus GME m divided by 4RE, and you get the final energy is equal to EF is equal to minus GME m upon 8RE. Now what is the difference between the total energy? The delta is equal to the final total energy EF minus initial total energy EI. So if you calculate, if you put the value, right, you get the answer, right? EF minus GMEM divided by 8RE plus GMEM divided by 4RE. Take the GMEM divided by 4RE common, right? Minus 1 by 2 plus 1, we get a 1 by 2. So the change in the total energy delta E is equal to capital G MEM divided by 8RE. Now multiply and divide by RE. Capital G MEM divided by 8RE square into RE. GME divided by RE square, we get the small g. Right? That is the value of acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth. So we get the change in the total energy is a GMRE divided by 8. Now put the values, we get a value of small g, that is a 9.8, value of small m, mass of the satellite 400 kg, radius of the earth 6.37 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 8. You get the change in the total energy is a 3.13 into 10 raised to 9 joule, right? Understand how we calculate initial energy satellite at a distance 2 RE and the satellite at a distance 4 RE. The initial total energy satellite at a distance 2 RE, potential energy at the satellite at a distance 2 RE, and potential energy at a satellite at a distance 4 RE, and calculate the change in the total energy, right? Now next one is the change in the kinetic energy. Change in the kinetic energy is same as the change in the total energy but minus, right? So the change in the kinetic energy is a minus 3.13 into 10 raised to 9 joule. Now potential energy. Change in the potential energy is twice the change in the kinetic energy. So we get the 2 into Ke, that is the kinetic energy. So change in the potential energy is 2 into minus 3.13 into 10 raised to 9 joule. So we get the change in the potential energy minus 6.25 into 10 raised to 9 joule, right?
So dear student, I hope that you understand all the textbook solve example 8.4 to 8.8, right? In the next video, we will see the some example of the exercise. Thank you very much for watching my video.